Hello cousins, meatloaf season is here, and if you love you a plate of meatloaf with some mashed potatoes and greens, oh, I got you. I make a slamming recipe. Let me show you how I make it. First and foremost, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to be working with 2 pounds of ground beef, and I'm going to wash my ground beef. Yes, I wash my ground beef, and I'm going to get to seasoning. To my ground beef, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 2 yellow sazon packets, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and at this moment I realized my camera stopped recording. I added in 1 cup of breadcrumbs or panko along with 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, and this is the special part. I grated in 1 whole small yellow onion. This gives a ton of flavor, and this is my secret weapon. Don't omit this part. So you're gonna grate in an entire small yellow onion and give this a really good mix. Your hands are your best tools when it comes to meatloaf. I'm going to be baking my meatloaf in a loaf pan, a glass loaf pan, and I have mine linked in my Amazon shop. Check it out if you need one. And I'm going to spray my loaf pan with non-stick spray. Then I'm going to cut 2 pieces of parchment paper just like this, and I'm going to arrange it into my loaf pan, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to add my seasoned ground beef into the pan, and I'm going to pat it down to make it a perfect fit. The reason I add parchment paper in large pieces is so that it's easier to pull out the meatloaf when it's done baking. Then this is going to go into my preheated oven at 375 degrees for 1 hour. While my meatloaf is baking, I'm going to work on my ketchup glaze. So in a bowl, I'm going to be adding in half a cup of ketchup along with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and I'm going to give this a really good mix, and this is going to be our ketchup glaze. When it's time to bring our meatloaf out of the oven, a lot of juices and grease has accumulated in the loaf pan, and we're going to drain it out of the loaf pan. Then we're going to spread our ketchup glaze over the top evenly, and this is going to go back into the oven for 10 more minutes, so 1 hour and 10 minutes total. And when you bring it out of the oven, look how easy it is to pull your meatloaf out of the pan because of our parchment paper, and using a fork, just slide it right on out. And your meatloaf is done. It is moist, super flavorful, and so delicious. And it wouldn't be a meatloaf dinner if it wasn't served with mashed potatoes. I served mine with some asparagus and corn. Thank you for watching.